In the lesson today, we are going to work with scale factors to find measurements. So in the previous lesson, we learned what a scale factor was and how to find it. Today we're going to learn how we can use a scale factor to find a missing measurement. So the scale used in a drawing is 8.5 to 1. What is the actual size of a button that is drawn 4.5 centimeters long? So what we need to remember, a scale is always the drawing to the actual. The previous lesson explained that. So when we are setting up this proportion, we are setting it up as the drawing measurements to the actual measurements. So in this case, it's the drawing of a button to the actual size of the button. What we know is that the scale used was 8.5 to 1. The question tells us, or asks us, what is the actual size? So we are looking for the actual size, which is in the denominator. The button was drawn as 4.5 centimeters long. So now we can solve this proportion. 8.5x equals 1 times 4.5 is 4.5. We want to isolate x, so we need to use inverse operations. We divide by 8.5. 8.5 divided by 8.5 is 1. 1x is just x. 4.5 divided by 8.5 is 0.529. And now because the scale did not have a difference in units, since the drawing was in centimeters, we can assume that the actual measurement will also be in centimeters. So a hat is 25 centimeters long. How long would it be drawn using this same scale? So remember, drawing to actual. And in this case, we're talking about a hat. So actual size of hat, drawing of hat. The scale was 8.5 to 1. What we know is that the hat is 25 centimeters long. That's the actual size of the hat. We want to know how long would it be drawn. So what is the drawing of the hat? Multiplying on a diagonal, 8.5 times 25 is 212.5. The other diagonal, 1 times x is 1x. Because it is just a 1, we do not have to divide. So our answer is 212.5 centimeters. So you can use scale to find missing measurements. Let's look at one more example. A diagram of a bookcase in an instruction booklet uses a scale of 1 to 30. If the diagram is 7.8 centimeters tall, 5.4 centimeters wide, and 1 centimeter deep, what are the actual dimensions of the bookcase? So you're putting a bookcase together and it comes with an instruction booklet. So again, we always have to remember, so the drawing of the bookcase, compare it to the actual size of bookcase. Now there are 3 different dimensions we are going to have to calculate here. So we can look at doing its height first. The height is 7.8 centimeters tall. The scale is 1 to 30, and it tells us the diagram is 7.8 centimeters. The diagram is the drawing. We want to know the actual height. 1 times x is 1x. 30 times 7.8 is 234. And it's in centimeters. So there's the actual height. Now we can look at the width. Same thing. The scale is 1 to 30. The diagram is 5.4 centimeters. We want to know what the actual width is. 1 times x is 1x. 30 times 5.4 is 162, and we are dealing with centimeters. Deep, so the depth. The scale is 1 to 30. The drawing of the bookcase is 1 centimeter deep. We are looking for actually how deep it is. 1 times x is 1x. 30 times 1 is 30, so it's 30 centimeters deep. So we have found the actual size of the bookcase using the scale that was given. So now you've seen 3 examples of how you can find missing dimensions when you know what the scale of the diagram is. You are now ready to try your practice questions.